All right, it's recording now. Okay, I'm Ryanne Flanagan.
And I'm Rachel Duffy.
I am Matheus Mafra.
Okay, go.
Okay, can I go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be talking about the importance of the social cohesion in groups. Social cohesion is sometimes referred to as a group cohesiveness. This cohesiveness occurs when a certain bond brings members together to reach a certain goal. This is not the most important thing to have in a group because this is the most important thing to have in a group because you must all work together to reach whatever goal you are all working for. For example, in this group project, social cohesion was something we needed to establish right away. We began by finding times that everybody could meet and compromise our individual schedules to make this work. Doing this project required us to work together as one of instead of letting one person do all the work. Our group cohesion allowed us all to contribute different parts in order to reach our one goal of completing the project. Our group is just one example. Group cohesiveness must be present in groups for the goals to be achieved effectively. If we look at groups that we do not have this, it can be clearly seen that their goal will not be achieved. This is why I believe group cohesiveness is on the necessities for successful group work. That's it.
Okay. The opportunity to work with others rather than others provide distinct benefits. There are many ways groups are used, such as generating ideas through various. The most common methods used by groups to generate ideas are brainstorming, the nominal group technique, and idea writing. Groups are used for decision making as well. There are 5 different methods by which team members might arrive at their decision: consensus, majority rule, minority rule, expert opinion, and authority rule. Brainstorming allows members to freely offer any ideas before any are evaluated. Brainstorming is very beneficial by eliminating the fear of being ridiculed, and the people may generate better and more creative ideas. Groups usually begin by brainstorming by identifying the question to be answered or the problem to be solved. The group then comes up with ideas until no one expresses any new ideas. Brainstorming works well when all members of the group feel comfortable offering ideas and sharing opinions. The members who are shy or fear being ridiculed may be unlikely to participate. In this instance, the nominal group technique is a more productive option. The nominal group technique is an idea generating process in which group members generate their ideas silently and independently and then combine them and consider them as a group. It begins with the identification of a question to be answered or a problem to be solved. A group facilitator asks each member to read his or her ideas aloud, one at a time, while the facilitator writes them on a master list. The facilitator can also collect ideas so no one knows who came up with each idea. A third method for generating ideas is called idea writing. Idea writing encourages members to propose and evaluate ideas more independently. For the first step, each member creates a list of 3 to 4 ideas and puts their list in a pile. Each member then chooses a list from that pile that is not his or hers. Members read all the ideas and then add comments about their strengths and weaknesses of each idea. After commenting on the ideas, members read aloud the comments made about his or her own ideas. Then the groups work together towards selecting the best idea. And then there are many different ways that groups work towards decision making. Consensus is the uncontested support for a decision, sometimes the only option in a group decision making process. For example, a jury hearing. A criminal case must arrive at a unanimous verdict about the defendant's innocence or guilt. Majority rule is a decision-making process that follows the will of the majority. For example, when someone says, "let's take a vote," they're recommending the majority rule decision-making process. Minority rule is where a small majority of the members of a group decide on something for the sake of the efficiency. So like the group leaders of a group as well. An expert opinion is recommendations of individuals with expertise in a particular area. For example, a business, an owner might ask someone in the marketing department how to market their business well, because they have that expertise in that area. Authority rule is a common method where a leader of the group is a person, such as like a teacher or the owner of a business. And groups that work well together can achieve much more than individuals working on their own. There is increased productivity and performance, and group work is used in many different ways to achieve the goal. And I'm done.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. The reason we form groups. Group work is formed to promote communication among the group members. There are also many reasons we form groups. There are also many other reasons why we form groups. Group work can motivate team members to strive for more than they normally would working alone. They could strive for deadlines faster, to get deadlines done faster. They could strive to get better than their team members. They could strive for their own personal growth, etc. Group work is convenient for the matter of evaluating and advising members, and them evaluating and advising you for a second opinion or advice on the topic. It's also used to create new ideas. The book uses the term brainstorming groups for this topic. Group members can brainstorm together to generate new ideas. Support is also another reason to form group work, to provide emotional or physical support or encouragement. Groups can also promote social networking. For example, like for our project, we were put in the groups and then we emailed each other and texted each other and communicated via voice, video chat. Group work can be used to compete in certain circumstances too. It can also be used to help us learn. This happens when group members help each other understand the material or teach each other new things. People also form groups for companionship, just to simply be in the company of other people. Another reason is power and control. Opportunities for leadership roles are formed. And lastly, achievement. Working in groups can benefit the people more because they are capable of achieving more than an individual would if they were working alone. Overall, we typically form groups to accomplish tasks and is usually beneficial to all members of the group.